What is going on, guys? Joel here, back with another video. And over the weekend I managed to hunt down and pick up an Apple Watch Series 4 because my pre-orders unfortunately got delayed this year. And if you recall, last year my iPhone 10 got lost and I had to wait like an extra month and everything. But I did pick up the Apple Watch Series 4 in stainless steel, space black, 44mm, and it's actually the one that I pre-ordered as well, so it worked out. Actually, I was more pumped about this announcement over the new iPhones, but I do have an iPhone XS Max coming in soon. So if you want to know when that drops, be sure to subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when I do drop that video. Or you can also follow me on social media because I'll probably post a photo once I get that shipment in. But in this video, I kind of want to do a quick little unboxing and an overview of the new watch and kind of compare it to the Series 3 and see what has changed between the two. Now, it seems like every year Apple really puts some work into their packaging because this year it's a little different. Pulling the two tabs from the bottom will open up the packaging and you get this presentation of various Apple Watches in different colors, and it looks really cool. But in this packaging, we get two different boxes now. The Apple Watch itself and the Apple Watch band is packaged separately. Now, as I mentioned, I did get the Series 4 space black in stainless steel in the 44mm, but we'll put that off to the side. Let's go ahead and open up the band itself. Now, I did notice when putting this side by side to my other black sport bands that I've had, this does seem like it's more of a space gray, I would say. I don't know if you can really tell on video, but in person, if you compare these side by side to a black band, this doesn't look black at all. It's more of a space gray. Now, you will have two different size bands, a medium to large or a small to medium. So in case you have smaller wrists, you can just use a small to medium. But getting to the Apple Watch itself, in the box, you are greeted with a new type of packaging for this as well. You now have this Apple Watch wrapped up, sort of like a piece of jewelry, which is a nice little touch. You also get some literature like a quick start guide and your warranty information. And below that you have your 5-watt wall adapter and your magnetic charging cable because it is magnetic charging. But going back to the little small casing of the Apple Watch here, it's nicely tucked inside, and on the back you get the size of the actual watch itself. This is a 44mm, but taking it out, you'll get the new shiny stainless steel, which looks very nice. I'm a big fan of the stainless steel space black model. And now easily sliding in the watch bands. One of my personal favorite features about this is that it is backwards compatible with all your previous watch bands if you had previous Apple Watches. So it's good to know that I can just add more to the collection. Now, at first glance, the Apple Watch Series 4 doesn't really look like a big change at all. But looking closely, you'll notice that the Series 4 has a redesigned shape. It has more of rounded edges now, and also the screen has gotten over 30% larger. So putting it side by side to the Series 3, you'll instantly see the differences between the two, with the Series 4 having the larger screen and also the rounded edges. Having a larger display, of course, allows you to have a lot more information displayed on the screen, but also with the new display, you do get new watch faces, which these are going to also give more information, and you also get more complications. So a lot of information at a glance, which is great. And I would say this infograph watch face is one of my favorites. But again, putting the Series 4 side by side to the Series 3, another thing is that the casing itself has gotten thinner. So it's not going to be as bulky as the past. Also, flipping it to the side, you'll see that the speaker grill now has gotten a little larger, and that's because the speakers on the Series 4 have gotten 50% louder. And I have noticed this when making calls directly from the Apple Watch or even getting feedback when I talk to Siri. The speakers are definitely pretty loud. What's the weather like right now?
Looks good.
Now, flipping it to the other side, the microphone has been moved in between the side button and the digital crown, which Apple states this is for better clarity when making phone calls and things like that. So I've never really had issues when making calls, but I guess this helps. Now, the digital crown on the Series 4 has now gotten a redesign, and it's also able to give you haptic feedback when scrolling through menus and things like that. So you'll be able to feel a vibration when you're scrolling through. But also visually, you'll notice that the large dot is now gone. It's more of an outline of a circle. And also now the side button has got more recessed to the casing, so it's not sticking out as much as it has in the past, and it's also less clicky. Now on the back, you will notice not only on the stainless steel model, but every Apple Watch Series 4 now has a ceramic and sapphire crystal back, which is going to allow better cellular connection and things like that. But also, you will notice the new heart rate sensor. It now has a second generation optical heart sensor. And now with the new heart rate sensor and the new digital crown, both have electrodes built in, so this allows you to now take an ECG reading straight from your Apple Watch, which I think is a game changer for sure. Unfortunately, you're not able to do that just yet, but it is coming soon with an update to the Series 4 Apple Watches. But still, I think that's pretty cool because you can take an ECG straight from your watch. So this could be a help for many people out there. So I think that's probably one of the best features out of the new Series 4. But let me know what you think about that. Now the Series 4 also has an improved accelerometer and gyroscope, and with those two improvements, you're now able to have fall detection on your Apple Watch. So worst case scenario, if you end up falling and you can't get to a phone or you can't call anybody, it'll be able to call 911 and alert your emergency contacts that you've been hurt or you can't get up, similar to what we know as Life Alert. Now I haven't tested the fall detection or really plan on doing so, but this is something you will need to turn on manually, so be aware of that, which is going to be found in the Apple Watch app under Emergency SOS, and be sure to turn on fall detection just so if you do end up falling and it's a serious injury that you can't get to the phone, this will definitely help. Now some more internal upgrades is now that it has a new 64-bit dual-core processor, and this is 2 times faster than the previous Series 3. And from using it the past few days, I have noticed a little bit of a difference between the Series 3 and Series 4. You get a pretty smooth experience when going through apps and scrolling through your watch. It also has Apple's latest W3 wireless chip, and it has Bluetooth 5.0. But other than that, that's kind of going to be the changes between the Series 3 and Series 4. So far from using the Series 4 the past few days, I've really enjoyed the actual screen display. Really nice large display on my wrist. I'm able to see a lot more information, which is great. And also the backwards compatibility with the watch bands is also a win, because some of my favorite watch bands are things like the Milanese loop. That's one of my favorites, along with the Nomad leather band. It just looks really sharp. And also the Nike bands are some of my favorites as well. Lets your wrist breathe a little more. But I'm really glad that these are supported on the Series 4. I wasn't able to see a difference between having a Series 3 band on a Series 4. They all seem to fit perfectly. So if you went from a 42mm watch to now a 44mm watch and you try to use the watch bands, you shouldn't have any issues. And I would assume the 38 to 40mm would be the same thing. So if you're a 38mm watch user and upgrading to a 40mm, let me know in the comments if those work. I'm pretty sure they do. Now, if you do care about battery life, it does seem like it still has the same type of battery life as Series 3 did. From the past few days of using it, I could usually go a full day without having to charge it. And then by midday the next day, I would have to charge it once again. But I plan on testing that a little bit more for my full review. But that's going to be a little quick comparison between the Series 3 and Series 4. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Are you going to be getting the Series 4 Apple Watch? I'd like to know your thoughts. But also, if you did enjoy this video, let me know by hitting that like button, as it not only lets me know that you enjoyed it, but it also shows support to the channel. Also, if you're not yet following on social media like Instagram and Twitter and things like that, I'll be sure to leave those down below. Go ahead and follow me. That way you can stay up to date with what is going on. Or you can feel free to message me on those as well. And lastly, be sure to subscribe to the channel and be sure to hit that notification bell. That way you'll be notified when I drop my next video. I do plan on making a full review on my full thoughts on the Series 4, but I kind of want to just give you a little quick overview of the watch and a comparison between the Series 3 and Series 4 and my initial thoughts about it. But let me know what you'd like to see in a future video. As I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I will be getting the new iPhone XS Max, so stay tuned for that video. So be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. But other than that, thanks a lot for watching, guys. I appreciate your support very much. But I'll catch you all on the next one. All right.